congratulations on the Eagles for stopping Tom Brady. Just want to say, nothing shocks me though. People probably around the sports fans around the world probably predicted it, but the shit show in Philadelphia, the city itself, last night after the Super Bowl is just insane. And of course, people really fucking up the city. The thing is, though, it might not have been football fans after all, or even actual Eagle fans. It's just people that'll use events like that to try to cause city disobedience, especially if they're part of certain organization groups. Like the riots in Vancouver when that happened in 2011 after the Canucks game. There was sense. People knew it was going to happen, but yet the city was thumbs up their ass. And then you can see a lot of people that were involved in the riots weren't even wearing... The ones that were truly doing the damage weren't even in Canucks jerseys. A lot of them were like dirtbag hippies. And I know for a fact, because it was near a cannabis cafe right before that game about 3 hours ago, there was a few hippies. Like ones I could tell weren't even hockey fans. I saw at this cafe before the game started, and then 3 hours later, or 6 hours later, I see them on one of the camera feeds causing being part of the riot. Plus, there's people, I don't know whatever happened to the footage, but I remember on live TV, there was this group, you could tell it was an organized group, took over the bay, and they were lined up all perfectly, holding fire extinguishers. Hey, what's going on, White Tupac? But they were lined up perfectly in the bay, well organized. Not much, man. Not much. Just resting up before I gotta go to work later. But yeah, so I was like, a lot of the Vancouver riots wasn't even involving Canuck fans. It was just a lot of these groups of agendas that started it, knowing that they were going to get other alcohol-fueled idiots involved. And that's what it kind of somewhat seems in Philadelphia. Half the footage I see of this stuff getting destroyed doesn't even look like people wearing Eagles gear whatsoever. But there's Eagle fans standing around cheering, of course. The guys in jerseys or shirts or hats and shirts or whatever. But yeah, I just gotta say, and if it was a lot of them involving Eagle fans, then you guys are goose. Like, I understand the whole party thing. If your team wins a championship, that I could fully understand. But when it comes to destroying property or your city, unless it's your own very property, if you want to go torch your own car, and as long as nobody gets hurt, fine, by all means. But as soon as you start torching random people's cars in the middle of freaking civil areas where there's lots of civilians, that's just fucking... But yeah, anyhow, that's all I got for you guys today. Just not shocked of what happened in Philly, but I mean, like, see, when they won the World Series championship a few years ago, the Phillies did, there was a big giant party, but it wasn't this crazy. I mean, there was still a bunch of drunks all over the place and people climbing light post, but it wasn't to this extent. But guess this is what happens when you win your first Super Bowl, though. But I can only imagine what happens to the Vancouver Canucks when they finally win a Stanley Cup. That's if anybody even cares at that point. Alright, folks. You guys all have a good one. Good night. And good bye.